Today, I will show you how to create your first Notion database from scratch. In a previous video, I mentioned the only 4 concepts you need when getting started with Notion. So in this video, I'm going to focus on databases, which might be one of the most important one, especially when you want to organize a lot of information and pages are not enough. So to create a database, we have different ways to do that. We can go and click on the database button from an empty page, or directly from the sidebar, click at the bottom, click the plus button here and select database. So when you do that, it opens up automatically a new empty database in table view. And so basically a database is a succession of lines, which will be your pages or entries, and columns next to those pages for the associated properties. So what you want to do first when you open a new database, it is give it a title. So I'm just going to name my database test. That's a good example, always to display a database. Then you can give it an icon, so either an emoji or select an icon that you've used from the 10 Notion colors. Second step will be to add your properties, so you can stick to simple properties at first. So for a task database, you can just add, let's say, a date property that you can rename, for example, due date. And let's add another property, which is checkbox. And basically, anytime I create a new page, I will be able to change the values for these two properties for each new page, which is what I'm going to do now. So you don't have to add all your entries and pages right away, all your data. But let's say I want to add just a few ones to just a few pages to have an example, and so I can see visually what my properties look like. Basically, if I click on due date here and I add the date, I can see how it shows up. I can decide to show it as a full date, which is the default option, but I can also say relative, for example. And as you can see, I selected tomorrow's date, and in this case, it shows up as tomorrow. The checkbox will just be just like any checkbox. You click on it, and it's either checked or unchecked. And now, once we have a few pages like this, we can all either add them manually and rename them, all of them manually. We can also add the icon for the specific page. Or what we can do, especially in database where you're going to have multiple entries that add up over time, is create a page template. This way, you will be able to create reusable pages, so basically just one page. And anytime you create a new page within your database, the new page will take up certain uh, property values or property or content within the page. So let me show you what it looks like. To create a new page template, just click on the icon here, the small arrow on the blue background. Click New Template, and here it opens up a new page, which is what your pages in your database look like. But this one is special. It's called a template for a reason. Basically, anything that you change in here will be applied to any new page that you create in your database. So let's say I want all my pages to be called new task by default. I want them to have an icon automatically. I want them to be unchecked, of course, if it's a new task. And the due date can be set to either a specific date, which will not make sense for new tasks, but let's say today's date. So whenever you create a new task, it will be the due date will automatically be set to today. Now, if I add a new entry, as you can see, it doesn't do anything because I haven't set the template by default for now. But if I go back to here and click the 3 dots next to edit this template, I can click set as default for all views in tasks. And now any new page I create will be created depending on the template that I set. Now, if you have created pages already and you want to apply the template on these previous pages, you can just open those pages, make sure that the content inside is empty, and click on the template of your choice. So you can just click on open, new task, and so on with all your pages. So now that I've got all my pages, I can just set different values for the not only the due date but also the checkbox. And for now, it's relatively visible because there are not many entries in the database. But at some point, it might get a little bit messy. So what you can do, uh, which is gonna be the last step for this tutorial, is to go to the settings here, or simply click on the two buttons that we have here to filter your data and sort it based on property values. So if I click on sort first, I can sort by due date. And so if I leave it as it is, as you can see, it opens up a new pop-up here, due date ascending. What it does is that it will put the pages or the tasks in this case for which the due date is upcoming soon first, and the latest last. So that's for sorting. And if I click on filter, I can decide to display, for example, only pages for which the checkbox is unchecked or for which it is checked. So let's say I want to remove this filter to display all my pages for now. I want to show you two more features that you can do from a table view especially. You can resize your properties like this. This way, for example, for checkbox, you can hide the title, so you just have a clean checkbox. Or if your title is a bit too big, you can also make your properties bigger. The title here is basically the base property. You cannot really change it. You can resize the property as the cell size, but you cannot really delete it or hide it from this page, from this view. But what you can do now, once you resize your properties, you can click on any properties at the top of the database and click calculate. And here you have different options, which will depend on the property type that you selected. But for the checkbox, as you can see, I can click count, either count all pages which have a checkbox property, which will give me the amount of pages that are in the database, or the amount of pages that are checked, or the ones that are yet unchecked. As you can see, I have 3 pages that are unchecked, so it displays 3 at the bottom, and this is updated in real time. So if I check or uncheck pages, this number changes. And so finally, this is more for aesthetics, but what you can do in a table view is, in case you have resized your properties like this, for example, and some of the values are a bit too wide or a bit too big for the cell size to be displayed completely, what you can do is click on the property name, sorry, and click on wrap content here. So what this does is that it will put your property values in a way that can be shown entirely, meaning that your entry lines will be a bit larger. And basically that's it. Congratulations, you just created your first database in Notion. So of course there are more settings and features that you can learn over time, especially properties and layout types. But for now, if you're just starting out, this is more than enough. To learn more about databases and create your first Notion system, click the link in bio to join the free 5-day Notion Mastery Challenge. You will receive one practical email per day for 5 days. I'll see you in the next one.